Welcome back, guys. It's been a while since you last saw me. I guess maybe we started this channel, Taiwan Lives, Taiwan Lives. I don't know, maybe about 6 months ago. And if you're already subscribed, then you know that we've had about 5 or 6 videos before where I was interviewing some students about their sort of language journey or the learning language journey and the challenges of that. We were using the cartoon filter. And I got some huikwei, some feedback, and everyone said, don't do that, because that's not so good. So now you can see our actual faces. Okay. Over the last few months, I haven't done any videos, but something's kind of news happened recently, and it looks like we're going to have a co-host going to be joined on this channel. And today, the conversation is just about introducing this guy. His name is Ryan.
Hello.
And he is, I'm sorry to say, he is from America. I can't do much about that.
Some people say sorry, some people say good.
And so today it's really just about you, Ryan.
Okay.
We're colleagues, we teach at the same place, and we both live here in Taiwan, in Tainan, in fact. But I don't know, maybe you could say something about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, as James had said, I am a teacher. We teach English together. Do you want to start from first time in Taipei or just now and you'll get...
Start from the moment you were born.
This is the British humor that we Americans can't
understand.
Say. Anyway, so I'll give a little bit pre-Taiwan.
Well, let me ask you, why are you in Taiwan?
Okay, good question. Okay, so this is my second go around in Taiwan, but my first time I lived in Taipei. So I moved to Taipei in 2012.
So that was, what, 12 years ago? Wow.
Yeah, so showing my age. 12 years ago. So I lived in Taipei, and I taught at Hess Hejiaren.
Oh, wow.
You know, the yellow, many schools. But actually what was special was I didn't teach at the kids. I taught adults.
Oh.
Yeah, so I taught at the head office, which the head office is just Pangbian, Duimian. It's right in front of the Xingtian Gong.
Oh, Xingtian Gong 对面.
Yeah.
Okay.
对面. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I taught there, did it for 2.5 years. Lived in Taipei. Lived in Wanlong.
So did you teach kids at all?
Nope.
Oh wow. You're lucky. Okay.
Just adults.
Well, that was what I think you're lucky.
Okay. Yeah. I started with I was lucky. So I started. I did have during the summer. Because summertime you get more. That's obviously when. More Taiwanese are free because it's so I would get quite a few college students and high school students, but never below that age range. Okay. And so my specialty is more adults, conversation, things like that. Mm-hmm. So started at Hess, did 2.5 years. Was the lazy American, didn't learn any Chinese, and so the first go around, always just stayed mostly in the we call it a bubble. What's the word for bubble?
Well, they call it like a 小世界, your own little world.
Okay. 小世界. Oh, little world. Okay. James's Chinese is better than Teacher Ryan's.
Which is interesting. We'll just quickly go on that because, we both can speak Chinese. Maybe my Chinese is better than yours.
Yes,
but at some point, it would be quite good to actually get, some more Chinese dialogue on here as well. Or at least bring some of that in. I think that could be fun.
我会
Just from
我们会
Yeah, 我们会。
先介绍用
现在就是可以说英文，
对，可以说。
后来就
有一天。Okay, so in Taipei, first go around, I was much younger. That was my first time living abroad.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I don't know if Brits are like this, but Americans, if you go abroad, you like to keep like what you know. So I did explore to a new country and culture, but I stayed with a lot of foreigner friends.
You kind of have to, because when I first came here, it's the same. It's like, I was looking for other Westerners because I didn't know anything about the culture, didn't speak any of the language. So you look for something that you know.
Yeah, and
so it's quite difficult to actually start learning the language in that first couple of years. It's like I just want to feel
exactly.
Okay.
I think that and so that was one of the things is I had this grand idea that I would come to Taiwan and just learn Chinese, but when I first moved here, I got really bad culture shock.
Oh,
so culture shock. How do you say it?
I don't know actually. Culture shock.
Culture just.
Well, for me, what it was, culture shock is so you come to a new culture, and for me, it was the first 2 months was like, wow, it's amazing here, really cool, and then after 2 months, it was like, oh God, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't go to the bank. I can't go to the post office. I don't know where this is, and I always had to be
Well,
I felt like a 6-year-old child again. Someone would have to take me everywhere. And so that was the culture shock for me. What was your experience?
the culture shock for me was like in America, in America, Texas. So I'm from Texas, but so in Texas,
which is the best state, isn't it?
some people would even say that Texas is kind of like a country because it's so good.
Yeah.
Texas is great. Texas barbecue is really good. Tex-Mex, which is Texas, and yeah, you can see Teacher Ryan has a Teacher Ryan, not Teacher Ryan.
Teacher Ryan.
Not Teacher Ryan. I have a little bit of a belly because Texas
Pharaoh is fat. Belly fat.
Pharaoh.
Belly fat.
Okay.
The Pharaoh.
Okay. 肚子的肥肉. Pharaoh. Okay. Roll like
meat.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
fat meat. That's what it's called. Fat meat. Pharaoh.
So when I moved here, the culture shock was, I moved, and this was my first time living abroad. And in America, a majority of the population is white, and so 65%.
Really?
Yeah. And so this moving here was the first time where I was a minority. So the culture shock was, going out on the street. And this is back in 2012. Taipei had a lot less foreigners, and so it's kind of very similar to Tainan now, which is one of the reasons I love living in Tainan. Actually, less foreigners.
Fewer foreigners.
Fewer foreigners. Foreigners is countable, so we said fewer. Anyway,
yeah.
So I would go, but
no, it's interesting. Let's pick up on the idea because there is the idea of fewer foreigners, and so when I first arrived, and I guess maybe you had the same thing. I would go out with Taiwanese friends, and if there was another foreigner, they would all just poke me and go, "Look, go and speak to this foreigner."
Yeah, do you know this guy?
And it was like, why are you doing that? And so I would sort of get my revenge and just turn around and point to any Taiwanese and go, "Do you know this person?"
Yeah.
So, and I guess for me, the idea of coming here, I kind of want to live in a culture which isn't so westernized. And
correct.
So I want to be, I've got many foreign friends here, but I like to be in a place where there aren't that many foreigners. And so, Taipei now you see a lot of foreigners.
Yeah, Taipei is a much more, I would say, international city.
It's a cosmopolitan international city.
Yeah, I would say as Taiwan's profile, image, more people learn about Taiwan just from the news and the geopolitics. Yeah, there's a lot more internationalization of the city. But when I was here in 2012, it was still pretty raw, fewer foreigners. But you don't really need Chinese to get around Taipei.
No.
All the roads, all the public transportation.
Are you saying that the people in Tainan, their English is no good?
I think you said that.
Ryan.
He's wrapping my words. That's not what I said. I said in Taipei, you can only speak English and be fine. But in Tainan, there are fewer people that use English. Also, because it's an older southern city, a lot of the language is actually spoken with Taiwanese, not Mandarin. So it's more unique.
I can't speak any
Zimbabwe.
Oh, can you? Bola. It's bola.
That's it.
Those two words. You can say I'm American because we did that the other day.
Don't remember. Wasi ni guo lai.
Lan. Wasi ni
go nan lan. Lan.
Listen. Wasi.
I don't want to learn Taiwanese.
Migolan. It's fun.
Okay. Wasi. Migolan.
If you say that out there, they love you.
Migolan. Wasi Migolan.
Something like that. I'm sure
it's like a little tune. Wasi Migolan.
It's there.
Try it. It's like a tune.
I'm not going to say I'm American.
You could.
Wasi Ingolan.
Wasi Ingolan.
I don't even know.
Like a little tune.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I'm saying absolutely correctly anyway. But yeah.
Okay.
So Taiwanese is the main, well, not main, but you hear it more often.
Comment below whether our tones were correct.
Yeah, right.
With the Taiwanese. Tones are tones. Ni.
Ma. Yeah.
Ma. 5 tones. 5 tones. Taiwanese has 8 tones.
Is it 7 or 8? I can't remember.
It's 8.